Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam Nalini Dalagata Jalamati Taralam Tattva Jeevitamati Shaya Chapalam Divyadhyabhimana Grastam
Lokam Shokahatam
Chasamastam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate Samprapte Sannihite Kali Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrinkarane. So just as how a water droplet in the lotus leaf has such a temporary, unsure existence. There are two things with that. Temporary for sure, and unsure also for sure. One day it will go down, temporary. When it will go, we don't know, unsure. In the same way, life, which is playing in this leaf of the body mind. When that is going to slip away, we don't know. But even this life, even though it is so unsure, so temporary, yet even this life is not fully available. Why? Because some of this life is rendered useless by the various diseases that afflict. Like what? Like diseases of the body called as Vyadhi and diseases of the mind which are called as Adi. And therefore, the entirety of this unsure life is not even available. Yes, it can be unsure, it can be temporary, fine, but is it fully available? No, it is not available. Much of it is also taken away. Right? Now, if you just mathematically try to find out how much life you actually have. But Swamiji, you said unsure, temporary. Okay, let us say, for the sake of mathematics, calculation, let us say we have 100 years. That is the maximum of human life. Yes, there are a few people who live above that also. Let's say 100 years. How much of this 100 life is actually available for you to consciously think and use it as per your wish and will? When you are a baby, Samji, I don't even remember now. I must have been a baby, but I don't remember now. It's not available for you. Up to 10, some vague memories you have. Some vague memories. Second standard, this happened. Third standard, something. And sometimes when they show the photograph, you look, huh? Is this me? I was so cute, huh? You don't have much. Really speaking, up to the age of 15, we have lived a unconscious life. Yes, around 14, 15, we became serious in life. Boys, though, not 14, 15 and all. It comes later. But girls, when they come to that 15, 16, they suddenly become serious, their life. And therefore, girls always score very well compared to the boys in school and all. Boys are still playful. Cricket match is more important than tomorrow examination. Yeah. Up to the age of 15 it goes. So let us say out of 100 years, 15 is gone. You may be smart, you may be very great from the age of 10. Like Adi Shankaracharya, Ashtame Chaturo Veda. That's a child prodigy, that is a youth icon. Everybody is not like that. General common 15 years is gone. Okay, so 115 is gone. Think about old age. From which year onwards we are usually not much in control. No, too young. 60 and all, now people are all very, very active. 80, let us say. Or 85, let us say. Why should we? Why should we? 15, both sides you take. Then how many 70 years you have? Now, out of these 70 years, how much time can we say is spent on sleeping? Because every day we sleep. So 1/3, let us say. How many hours usually a person sleeps? 8 hours. 6 hours to 8 hours you keep. Okay, so how much of time we can take from that? 28 hours. Let us say we take 25 years. Let us say 25 years we take. So 70, 30 is gone, right? 30 plus 25? 45 years remaining, right? 45 is a good. That's a good amount of time. 45 years is a good amount of time. But let us say in that also some disease, some illness. Every year we have certain things which coming to us. All those things. Let us say how much? 5. 5 years. So 45 you remove 5. So 40 you have. That's also okay. But then we have our own mood swings, no? Bad mood today. Bad mood, I can't. My mood is not. So that's how much time you want to give. 20 years is too much. Bad mood. 10 years, let us say. 5 years, let us say. 5 years. 5 years. Boys are saying 5, girls are saying 20. What is wrong? I don't know. Whatever it is. Let us say 5 years goes. So how much is remaining for us? 35 years. And in this 35 years, how many years we are sensible? What I want to say is that what I'm saying, in spite of all these things, is a serious matter. How much time actually we have to devote ourselves for the actual things we want to do. Very, very less. Very less. And in that, opportunities also. Just think, out of so many, I think millions of youngsters, let us say, how many of you are sitting here studying this? And that too, don't you think it is luck which made it possible? I'm not sure every one of you thought so clearly that we are going to go and study something so deeply. I am going to Kerala. Why? I have never gone to Kerala. Never gone to Kerala. So I want to go to Kerala. Using Kerala as excuse, you came here. But what are you getting? You are getting something very priceless. This you cannot get just like that anywhere. Even if you say, I am going to give 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh. This is not something which you can measure with that. And therefore, when we get opportunity for our spiritual progress, we should catch it. It's not readily available. It happens for some people in some way. Really speaking, nothing happens by accident. That also let me tell you. Even though I said luck and all those words, it's not true. It's not true. This world is cosmos. Cosmos. C-O-S-A. Cosmos. And the word cosmos means order. It comes from the word K-O-S-M-O-S, cosmos. You can look at later on, you can look it up. And it means order. Means it's not an accident. Somehow, somewhere, each one of us deserved this knowledge. Somewhere there was a lurking desire for something deeper in life. Somewhere there was this thought, is there more to life than what I see? Somewhere each one of you were willing to take the risk to explore. Even if you are here, sometimes let us say the mind gets all nonsense, rubbish. Every day morning I have to go and listen to all kinds of crazy stuff. Suppose a thought like this comes. Finished. That session is gone for you. And that is why it is said, Vidhi Vyadi Abhimanagrastam. The mind, how it behaves, sometimes we are not in control. And that also takes away much of the importance. Important things, but we lose importance to that. Therefore, let a seeker be fully awake. Open your eyes and see. Lokam shoka hatam cha samastam. The entire world is filled brimful to sorrow. And in that sorrow, the temporary cessation of sorrow is called happiness. Actually, I'm not sure whether anyone gets actual happiness there. For some time, they forget that sorrow and then think it is happiness. Swamiji. No. There is something called as positive happiness we experience in the world. Swamiji, simply don't make statements. Let me explain to you, my dear friends. One example I will give you. Then you can yourself put other examples and then you can understand. Somebody is a lover of coffee. Forget it. I am a lover of coffee. Example. I drink coffee daily at 4:30, 4 o'clock. I drink coffee. Example, I'm telling you, don't think I'm lover of coffee and bring me coffee powder and all. I'm lover of coffee. 4 o'clock, I drink coffee. 3:55 in my mind, if I'm daily drinking coffee, 3:55 in my mind, a thought will come. Coffee. It will come. 3:55. Another 5 minutes. Why? In the office, 4 o'clock, that door will open and that coffee person will come with a tray for each one, a coffee. So I'm looking at the door. Coffee. Coffee. I'm typing. Stop. Coffee. 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 3:57. Coffee. 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 My mind now is what? Coffee, 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 coffee. 3:59, the mind is coffee maya. Full agitation. And then the door opens. And that fragrance of coffee comes. Joy. And the coffee comes near. Happiness. And I take the coffee, put it in my mouth, and take the first sip. That coffee, 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 agitation goes off. And I feel happy. Okay, Swamiji, so what? We create agitation and we quieten the agitation and we think it is happiness. So do you tell me, is there? I'm not asking you to believe what I'm saying, but please think carefully. You think for yourself. Don't have to decide today, agree or anything like that. Nothing you have to do. But think for yourself. What is real happiness? Does the object contain real happiness? If the object contains real happiness, let us say that coffee contains real happiness, the next person sitting nearby me who drinks tea should find the happiness in that. But that person says, I want tea. Those who, how happy they are in those rings of, and within that ring somebody sends one more ring. The other person who's nearby, can you stop it? Why? Anyone? This is public place, anyone? No, there is a rule that in public places you should not. I don't care. What is happiness for one person is utter sorrow for another person. Is happiness there in the object? Where is happiness? Is happiness there in the thought? Because how can thought give happiness? If thought were to give happiness, I could have created happiness whenever I want in my thought. Swamiji, that's what I keep on doing, Swamiji. I imagine happiness. Ice cream. In ashram, where to get ice cream? Then I imagine. I'm going for naturals. In Kerala, if you're going for ice cream, go to naturals and ask for tender coconut ice cream. Oh, Swamiji, you are unnecessarily inciting. What I mean to say is that if happiness is there in a thought, then thought itself can give happiness. Happiness is not in the object. Serious point I'm talking. Happiness is not there in the object. Happiness is not there in the thought. Then where is happiness? One thing you can be sure is happiness is not outside. Happiness is coming from inside. When the mind becomes quiet, your own natural happiness, because you are of the nature of happiness, that expresses. Tasting our own happiness, we think happiness is outside. Like a dog which bites the bone for the 100th time and finds it very tasty. Where is the taste coming from? Its own tongue is lacerated by the sharp edges of the 100th time bitten bone, and from its tongue comes its blood, and tasting its own blood, it thinks there is joy in that bone. The same way, every object that we enjoy gives us happiness in this very same way. Think about it. Where is happiness? But wishing and wanting for happiness in this and that of the world, finally we find only sorrow. Lokam shokahatam cha samastam. One may say, Swamiji, all these things are fine, but I live a life of dedication to my family. I'm fully committed to my family. Day in and day out, I slog for my family. Morning I get up, I think of my family. Whole day I work, thinking of my family. Night I go to sleep, thinking of my family. I get up in the morning, same. Very good. Highly committed. That's how you should be. Nothing wrong about it. But please understand, in the midst of all these things, what is most important should not be forgotten. Next verse let us read. Let me read, you read with me. Read with me means like how when Sugandha chants, you all chant once, right? Let us read once. Because sometimes online people also they require. Yavat vitto parjana saktaha parjana saktaha tavan nija parivaro raktaha paschat jivati jarjar dehe vartam kopi na pruchhati gehe yavat vitto together yavat vitto parjana saktaha tavan nija pari
पश्चाज्जीवति जर्जरदेः वार्तां
कोऽपि न पृच्छति गेहे भज गोविन्दं विन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते
निहिते काले
नहि नहि रक्षति दुःकृङ्करणे. The fact of life. Yavat, as long as. Whenever you find in Sanskrit yavat, as long as, then immediately you should expect one more tavat. Yavat, tavat. As long as, so long. As long, so long. Yavat vitta uparjana saktaha. As long as, vitta is wealth. Uparjana, earning. Saktaha, capacity. As long as you have the capacity to earn wealth. Meaning, as long as there is that energy and strength and ability to earn wealth. Tavat nija parivaro raktaha. So long, nija parivara. Nija means, nija is one's own. Parivara is what? Family. So long, your family is attached to you. as long as you have the capacity to earn wealth. Meaning, as long as you have the capacity to benefit, as long as you have the capacity to take care, as long as you have the capacity to fulfill the requirements, needs, desires, wishes, wants, so long is your family attached to you. Raktaha attached. Paschat जीवति jarjara dehe. And when you are with a body, dehe, how is the body? Jarjara. Jarjara means emaciated, old, weak. And what? Jarjara is what? Jarjara is shaking. Actually, Jarjara is that kind of stability is not there. Okay? You're unstable. In other words, when you have grown old, and this very body through which you did so many things for everyone, now what has happened? You have reached that situation where you are not of any use, much need. Then Vartam kopina pruchati gehe. In your own house, which you constructed, in which everyone is. What is happening now? Vartam kopina pruchati gehe. Nobody is coming and asking. Yavat vitto parjana saktaha tavan nija parivaro raktaha paschat jivati jarjara dehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe. Meaning, you are saying all the while that you are committed, you are dedicated, and you are doing this for the family. All the time you are occupied with this, is it not? And you say, I have no time for anything. Why I have no time for anything? Because I am always taking care, working for my family day in and night. But do you know what really is going to happen? Do you know what the fact is? You will also come to a time when you are not able to use this body for the benefit of others. And at that time, this family, what you so lovingly took care for so long, there's nobody who's going to come and ask you, how are you, grandpapa? And suppose by mistake grandpapa starts telling how he is, after 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes is a long time, 2 minutes, the fellow will say, Papa, grandpapa, I have to go now. But grandpapa, nobody speaks to him. Therefore, somebody comes, immediately grandpapa catches that fellow. But that fellow wants to go away. Why? Because he has got so many other things to do. Choke. Sit corner. Guests are coming. All rooms are neat and clean and so beautiful, well kept for guests to come and share. Where is grandpapa? Grandpapa is there in that corner room. In one corner room, you say, how is his bed? Very dirty. And when you go to the room itself, there is some smell. As you grow old, you have difficulty also in controlling. So sometimes bed also becomes dirty. But which bed? Which house? He only got it. He only made. By the sweat and toil of his brow. There was a day he was so powerful at home. His word was the command. But today, there is somebody in that house whose word is a command. A day will come when that person whose word is a command will also go. And there will be somebody whose word is a command. Is this not the fact of life? It may not be so bad as I am describing. Well, it can be more bad than what I have described. Okay. But whatever strength and energy and capacity and ability with which one is serving so dedicatedly to the family, in that very family which is the apple of your eye. Is there something kind of apple of the eye? Something is there. Apple of the eye. That very fellow for whom he toiled so much is disrespected by the very same person. Don't think about your grandpapa. Remember, this is going to be each one of us. Think. Don't try to run away from facts and realities. Don't try to shut out. Don't say it will not happen to me. You are not going to be an exception. Yes, you may die before, then there's no problem. But this is a fact of life. Unpleasant truth, right? Unpleasant, but fact. Vedanta is neither optimistic nor pessimistic. Vedanta is realistic. It tells you the truth, whether you want to know it or not. If you close your eyes also, it will try to open your eyes and make you see the truth. So Swamiji, what is it? Yes, this is the truth, I understand. This is a fact, I understand. But what is it that you are trying to tell me? What I am trying to tell you, what Vedanta is trying to tell all of us is that there is a day when your energies, strengths and capacities will wane. There is a day, there is a time when you are in the peak of your capacities, when you are the peak of your energies, when you are the peak of your intellectual faculties. At that time, if you don't use it appropriately for the needful things, and in your blinding attachment, ignore the facts of life, and think for yourself as I am very holy and noble because I am like this, then don't tell later on, this happened to me. Because what will happen to you, what has happened to everyone in the world, will happen to you also. Yes, probably in your place there may be little more kindness, little more understanding, more compassion, little more. Yes, but what was the level in which you were treated and kept because of your ability to take care for all? From that it will go down. It will go down at least by 5%, by 10%, by 15%, by 20%, by some percent. Otherwise, they will find out for you a better place where you can stay comfortably. Nowadays, there are better places. There are better places made for that age, where you can have all comforts except the comfort of those whom you have loved. Fact. Not running away. Look at truth as it is. Because it's unpleasant, don't try to shut off. This is a fact. Are you using your energies and capacities? Yes, that is duty. Do it. But in doing those, don't forget the most important things you have to do. The most important thing you have to do is find an end to sorrow. Find a closure to desire. Reach fulfillment. Don't take that as excuse for not doing this. The loser is going to be you finally. Swamiji, should I take care of my family, do my duties or not? Do it! But don't be carried away by it. When you are doing it, everybody comes and praises you and thinks you are Bhagwan on earth and gives you a high pedestal. Wherever they go, they call you, they respect you, they do this, they do that, garland you, do that, this, that, everything you. Yes, one day it will not be there. It will not be there. At the time, don't feel, I don't have all those things. At the time, don't think I did all those things, therefore I have to receive all those things. No, you did it as your duty. You did it for your satisfaction. And you did it and you grew through it. Because actions, when we do to perfection and when we are dedicating it to a higher cause, that itself becomes sadhana. One should do everything to the best of one's capacity, and one should take care of one's family, take care of all one's duties, but do it not for anyone. Do it because it is my duty, my responsibility, but it is above all my worship of God. That should be the attitude. Karma yoga should be the attitude. And not becoming dependent. Not wanting this or that from anyone. Be always independent. Give, but don't expect. Samji, it is only right to expect where we are given. Then be also ready for disappointment. Gurudev Swami Chinmaya used to say very beautifully, disappointments comes to those who have got appointments with the future. Disappointments comes to those who have got appointments with the future. Face the future freely without any expectations. All right? Remember, Vedanta is neither optimistic nor pessimistic, but realistic. These are the facts of life. Swamiji, yes, everyone in my family may be like this, but my dear wife or my dear husband, that is exception. Exception. That wife who I know always, we both Swamiji are what? Are one soul in two bodies. One soul in two bodies. I don't have to tell anything to my wife. I just have to look, she understands. All kinds of things. Imaginations. Well, it may be there, it may be true. I'm not saying it should not be there. It should be there that way only. It should be there like that only. That's called love. It should be like that. But even that most dearest, your darling, beloved wife or husband, you know what is going to happen? Swamiji, you don't tell anything. I don't want to hear anything from you. No, I am not telling anything. Let's see what Adi Shankaracharya is saying. Okay, next verse. This verse also I am going to read. Don't get angry with me, okay? Yavat pavano nivasati dehe.
Yavat pavano nivasati dehe
tavat pruchati kushalam gehe
tavat pritchati kushalam gehe
gatavati vayo dehapaye
gatavati vayo dehapaye
bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye
bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye
yavat pavano nivasati dehe tavat pruchati kushalam gehe gatavati vayo dehapaye bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudhamate samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrinkarane. Yavat, again yavat is coming. What will be there? Tavat. Yavat means as long. Tavat means so long. Yavat pavanaha. Pavana means vayu, air. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe. As long as this air, this breath, nivasati dehe, stays in the body. As long as your breathing is there. Meaning, as long as you breathe, as long as you breathe, as long as you live. Live. So what? Tavat pruchati kushalam gehe. Till the time, meaning as long as you are alive, as long as you are breathing, till the time, those in your home, your loving near and dear ones, will come and ask you, Prachati will come and ask you, Grandpa, how are you? Kushalam gehe. In your house gehe. Kushalam. They'll come and ask you Kushala Prashna. Kushala Prashna means what? Those questions for which you should not give answers. Samji, how? How are you? Actually, in English, when they ask how are you, the right reply for that, how are you doing? Somebody is asking, how are you? Thank you. That's the answer. When somebody asks, how are you? Come, sit down, I will tell you. Other person says, why did I ask this question in the morning to this fellow? How are you? Answer is thank you. That is the answer expected. I think in your own mother tongue also you find out. For example, my mother tongue Tamil. எப்படி இருக்க? எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கு. அவ்வளோதான் ஆன்சர். You should not keep telling big answers. You know what happened if you start to that question, how are you? And the other person, my God, power. As long as you are there, alive, breathing, somebody in your house, your near and dear one will come and ask about you. Kushala Prashna, they will ask you. How are you? They will ask you. But then, Gatavati Vayu. When the Vayu has gone, when you breathe for the last time out, Gatavati Vayu. Last. Then what happens? Deha paye. When the Vayu is gone and then the body is dead. Deha paye. That near dear body means what? That body which was so dear. Bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. Bharya means wife. Bibhyati, gets frightened. Tasmin kaye, that body, which every bit of it she knows. That every bit of it was her dear beloved. In other words what? In other words, that which lights up your body with life, you find that out. Yes, body is alive. How? Breathing. How is the breathing there? That breathing is there because you are alive. How is that life? Where is it springing from? What is that which makes this body breathe? Because of that, your body is alive. Because of you being alive, you were dear. Because of you being dear, people came and asked you, how are you? They are asking not for you, this body. They are asking because you are alive. Did you inquire into where from this life? Did you find that out? Or are you carried away by superficialities? This body, what you consider as you, is so long dear to all the dear ones only till this body is alive. The value is not for this body what you take yourself to be yourself. The value is for life. Do you value that life? Do you value that life? Did you inquire into the life of that life? As the Kenopanishads, student will ask his teacher. In Kenopanishad, you have the student coming and asking the teacher, Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha, Kena prana pratama praiti yuktaha, Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti, Chakshushrotram kaudevo yunakti. This is a question. What, Swamiji, what do you mean by that? Question is that, what is that because of which the mind works? What is that because of which this prana breathes? What is that because of which I am able to speak? What is that because of which the eyes are able to see? What is that because of which the ears are able to hear? This is the question of the student. In other words, what is life behind my life? And then the Guru replies. And then speaks about the nature of the self. Shrotrasya shrotram, manaso manoyat, vachoha vacham, sau pranasya pranaha, chakshushas chakshu, etc., etc. The Kenopanishad. That about which you are asking is the life of the life. In other words, this what you see as life is not the true life. This life springs from a deeper factor. And then the inquiry goes in the Upanishad. Therefore, don't be carried away by all superficialities. There is value in you as long as you are alive. What is that life behind life? Ask this question. You have to find value to your life. If you don't find value to your life, then your life is rendered futile. And even the so-called near dear ones, all of them, really speaking, are loving you because of life. That very same body, when the life departs, is feared by the wife. Feared by everyone, really speaking. And they ask the question, when are you going to take this away? Own dear ones, mother, father, brother, sister, everything, anyone, husband, wife. Once that life is gone, it is not devalued, it is not even undervalued, it is consider to be disposed best now. Don't wait for 1 hour more. Why? It will be a nuisance value. That what was so highly valued, that becomes of nuisance value when life is not there. So where is value? Life. Where is the life coming from? Did you ask this question? Finding an answer to this question, you find answer to the riddle of life. Don't be carried away by superficialities. Go to the core. And therefore, so much goes as body worship. I don't have to tell you what all goes as body worship. Every part of the body is painted. Packs. Tattoo, bootu, everything. For what? This body, which is not even eaten by respectable animals. Therefore, use this body effectively. Effectively. Find purpose to life. Do everything required. That is why every day we have yoga. Body is required, but not for the sake of the body. Health is required, not for the sake of health. Everything is for a higher purpose. Again, the same Upanishad, Keno Upanishad will say, Iha chet avedit atasatya masti, nachet iha vedit mahati vinashti. If you come to know the truth of who you are, then there is purpose and meaning in your life. If you have not found it, mahati vinashti. Your whole life has gone a waste. Now you may say, it's all nice for you to say, can say, but every word is true. Check for yourself, think for yourself. Find out a greater purpose and meaning in life. And just don't live for the body as the body. Don't live for the body as the body. Find a purpose for this body. Make it pay. Make it pay. You're feeding the body, na? You're feeding the body, taking care of the body, which we must do. But it should pay its rent to you. If you take care of something, it should do something for you, no? Let the body pay its rent for yourself, for your taking care. And what is the maximum rent that you can ask from the body? Extract it. What is the maximum rent you can extract from the body? Oh body, help me to find out I am not the body. Make it. Do this for you. And then you will find value and purpose. But then, where is the time for all those things? Next verse. Not now, tomorrow. Okay? Next verse is Balastavad, right? Yes. Where is the time for all those things? Because Balastavat Krida Sakta, Tarunastavat Taruni Sakta, Vriddhastavat Chinta Sakta, Parame Brahman Kopina Sakta. This is one place Shankaracharya literally cries for our sake. We'll take it up tomorrow. Don't misunderstand Vedanta. Are you understanding or misunderstanding? Don't go later and say to your mother, father, "Mhm." Help them to understand also Vedanta rightly. Okay? Help them to understand. Like how you are feeling the importance of this knowledge, help them to understand the importance. In small doses. Small doses. Ah. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om